So talking about Phygital, right? I think it's a very interesting perspective. There are three things. One is your typical digital and technologies, right? So I always say digital is an enabler to the transformation, to the business, and it really complements, right? Uh, like Dr. Singh has said, is as well as how digital is a complementer, but physical will never go away. But the second kind of initiatives are called digital transformation initiatives. And it has been a very abused word. Everybody say that every initiative is a transformation initiative. I think that is where I want to really call it out, because that is where the real myth is. Transformation has to be irreversible. If you are doing something because of COVID-19, and then you're going back to the old and previous process, even if you have used something digital in between, that is not a digital transformation. Just like how a butterfly transforms into or a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, and the butterfly cannot become caterpillar back, right? That is a transformation. The same way, it is very important to understand which aspects of business need that transformation, which aspects need some enablement, which aspect needs some big boost and support by the technology, and where Phygital has to come in. I know a project which has been in public domain, which is about using 3D printers inside a doctor's clinic to really increase the amount of 3D printed robotics connected with iPad, which is a physical plus digital coming together inside conferences, inside doctor's clinic, to increase the amount of ethical education, to train somebody about a certain kind of physiotherapy. That's a true Phygital example, how physical, digital works together and really helps the eventually the kind of salespeople around it. But let me take a step back, right? I mean, if you look at, again, this physical perspective, there are three key things which has happened. Number one, the demand of healthcare services has increased overnight, as rightly said, right, about demonetization and Paytm coming in. Second is the amount of patient activity has increased a lot. So patients also are looking forward for different people and stakeholders about what they can offer them. And third is the demand for the new healthcare capabilities have increased immensely. And that is where things are happening. I'll tell you, in UK, there is a company called Behold.ai, which actually have announced an algorithm which basically sees the abnormality in the chest x-rays, especially in the COVID-19 times. So something which would take a real person eye, I mean, of course, it is not going away. It is like the real radiologists, they're not going away. But this technology is going to help them to really identify and use AI on something just to make their decisions a bit faster, to spot the right way where the anomalies is kind of coming in, right? I know in Australia, there is a diagnostic tool which is being offered free of charge, which is all about the lung CT scan and the diagnostic accuracy. So these Phygital new initiatives are actually being used for providing real-time feedback. It is helping you improve accuracy. It is helping you identify where the errors were kind of being made. You know, I'll give you a nice example about Phygital as well. I know that in Thailand, there are some ninja robots which have been established. They are basically helping patients do a virtual consultation going inside an ICU. So there are a lot of places where just typical measurements have to be taken, and these robots are actually going and taking patients' temperature, and there's a lot of innovation trying to happen. You know, a nice thing as well is there is a lot of robotic innovation happening to sanitize the clinics, to sanitize those conference areas, to sanitize something, and that is where we never thought robotics will be used to sanitize by using UV light or by using different kind of sanitizers. There's a lot of camera detection techniques which is now coming in. There's a nice technology you can see called care.ai, which basically is using a lot of camera embedded devices, which figures out a person's facial attributes. If a person is sweating, is there a discoloration happening to the data while they're doing a thermal scan, so they can more accurately predict the importance of or the existence of COVID-19 as a virus. Then just saying, okay, your temperature is 99.7. So there's a lot of things happening, right? I mean, Phygital has also improved in terms of if somebody on a real doctor really uses a technology to not just do virtual consultation, but if digital is helping you improve 24/7 live chat access, It is helping you reduce the wait time. It is helping you improve the hospital referrals. It is helping you to daily log your symptoms and guide you based upon what patients like you are doing. That is just insane and amazing. I can go on and on, talk about this, amazing innovation kind of happening. There's a lot of innovation happening in the diagnostic field, in the robotic field, in the thermal scanning field, and that is just amazing. But again, I have to tell you, not everything is transformation. Not everything is permanent. There are a lot of innovations happening. Some will completely transform the way so that it is irreversible change and you can never go back. While some are just enablers of the tools, and some will just enable you kind of go and do things around it. But again, a key perspective is, while all this is happening, what is your focus on people? What is your focus on cyber security? And what is your focus on doing things at scale? It's very good to do some amazing shiny object in just one location. But if you're not able to scale that across a country, a region, or globally, then that again becomes just a shiny project, not a real transformation project around it. So yeah, those are some perspective I have on phygital, digital, and the transformation side of it. Remember, it has to be irreversible, otherwise it is not transformation.